The University of Oklahoma. Their next test that we're going to preview, their next game we're going to preview, pretty difficult one. If you believe in recent history. Sorry to Carly Joe and all the OSU fans and Sam Mays and all the OSU people that like to watch these pre-games, but we all remember what happened when Oklahoma State went down there as an undefeated team late in the season. And actually won the Big 12 that year a week later, but 2 weeks later actually, but could have played for the national championship if it weren't for a slip-up in Ames, Iowa. A game in Ames, by the way, that OSU actually had the lead late. Brandon Whedon, Justin Blackman, and those guys had the lead late but blew it against Iowa State in Ames on a Thursday night. This year, the Sooners will play Iowa State, you guessed it, on a Thursday night. Here's what else you need to know about Iowa State coming up, besides the game being on, again, a Thursday night. Conference has come out and said that a majority of their teams, because of the as it stands right now in 2016, the non-conference championship Big 12 conference, they will have to play each game on a Thursday night. Each team will have to play on a Thursday night. Last year, Oklahoma did not play on a Thursday night. 2 years ago, they did play on a Thursday night. They were humbled by Baylor. 3 years ago now. I guess that is. Last year they did not. The year before Last year they did not play on a Thursday. The year before they did not play on a Thursday. So that's been 3 years since they've had a Thursday game. So it was about time if the conference was going to be true to their word, and they were true to their word. A Thursday night game in Ames, Iowa. Now, before we get into any of this, Joe Castiglione, the OU athletic director, has said, hey, you know what? We have plenty of fans that love Oklahoma football from Houston and Dallas and Seminole and Kansas. And those fans love OU football. We saw at the arena 85,000 strong each week in a home game. We don't need to add a Thursday night game and turn maybe 85,000, maybe into 80,000 because a couple of the fans can't make it. Not going to happen. Joe Castiglione has said that plenty of times. And luckily we haven't had a Thursday night OU football game, but there will be a Thursday night road game against Iowa State. The Cyclones of Iowa State. 3-9 overall last year, 2-7 in league play, finishing them 8th in the Big 12 Conference. The only team worse, Kansas, who went over. Their best game last year was against the Texas Shorthorns. By the way, the game was played in Austin. Texas last year finished in 5th place in the Big 12 at 4-5, 5-7 in league play. 4-5 in league play, 5-7 overall, tying with West Virginia and rival Texas Tech. But in a better game in Austin against Iowa State, Iowa State caught them sleeping and blanked them. 24-0. Blanking. By Paul Rhodes' version of Iowa State. Now, going 3-9 in league play and 2-7, 3-9 overall, 2-7 in league play, it doesn't help you do a lot. And it wasn't just last season, but it's been the last few years. They've been known to pull some upsets. We've talked about them. They've beat at Texas last year. They've upset Oklahoma State before in Ames on a Thursday night. But they haven't consistently been good. They've pulled upsets, but they haven't consistently been good. Paul Rhodes was released because of that. They bring in a name of Matt Campbell. This will be his first season at Iowa State from 2016 to present. Of course, you'll get to know more about him here in a second. Now, helping Matt calm the storms on the field will be a couple of guys, like number 7, Joel Manning. Manning passed last year for 1,247 yards in the air to go with 10 touchdowns and just 4 interceptions. On the ground, they have a lot of them. Oklahoma native, Lawton, Oklahoma native, Mike Warren. Number 2, Mike Warren, had 227 carries last year to match 1,339 yards on the ground to go with 5 touchdowns. Well, Joe Manning had to do some selfies to get the rushing game started. 94 rushes by him, 330 yards, and 4 touchdowns in the air. Leading returning receivers for Iowa State. Number 5, Alan Lazard. And number 8, DeVario Montgomery. And now, Lazard is the one you're going to have to keep an eye on. Number 5, Alan Lazard. 56 receptions last year for 808 yards and 6 touchdowns through the air. To match number 8, DeVario Montgomery. 27 catches, 335 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Now, if you put those together, that's 9 touchdowns altogether. And he did throw 10 touchdowns last year. But remember, it was a pull system quarterback. They did have their backup quarterback, or another quarterback come in and play well for Iowa State. But the defense of Iowa State has to help out too, right? Well, they will. Including number 10, Brian Peavy, and number 7, Jordan Harris. Now, Brian Peavy, number 10, had 82 tackles, 0 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 picks last year as a defensive back. Now, Jordan Harris, number 7, as a linebacker, had 70 tackles last year, 0 forced fumbles, 0 fumbles recovered, and 0 picks. Now, that was last year. Last year's team. This year's team, they had Matt Campbell. He's a 1998 grad from the University of Pittsburgh. He's spent the last few years at Toledo. Because in 2011, he was an interim coach at Toledo, starting off 1-0, before taking over full rights and positions and everything from 2012 to 2015 at Toledo. And then in 2016, of course, coming and taking over at a big-time university at Iowa State in the big-time conference. Now, maybe the MAC isn't big boy conference play, but he did fare well out there the last couple of years, including the last 2 years in 2014 and 2015, when he tied for the Western Divisional title both years, but did not qualify for the MAC conference title game either year. With everything put together for Matt Campbell, when all of it's together, he's got a .700 winning percentage to bat a 35-15 record. In the postseason, he is 2-1. in the bowls. Divisional titles for Iowa State, they got one. Remember the one back in 2004 when they tied with Colorado. But do not have any conference titles and haven't been in the championship games or have been invited to any conference title games because in tying with Colorado, Colorado won the outright title. So Colorado qualified for the championship game. The next game on the docket is probably a good one for the Sooners to have an extra couple of days to prep for. Not that they're probably going to have to lick their wounds. They have a pretty good record against Iowa State. But they'll have an extra day or so to lick their wounds because in next will come the Briles-less Baylor Bears. Art Briles and Baylor. I guess the non-Art Briles Baylor Bears will be in Norman the following week for a fun one. And just because they don't have the talent and just because they don't have the coach, that doesn't mean the staff or the players are aren't good. They are good. We'll preview that one next week. Thanks for watching. Again, this has been the Iowa State preview right here on Boomer Sooner 1982. My name is Harry James. Find me on Facebook, Harry James Taylor, or tweet me at Sooner_fan_OK. Thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, Boomer Sooner.